You're listening to the Comic Crusaders podcast. I am your host, Al Mega, CEO of Comic Crusaders and Undercover Capes. In this show, I'm sitting down with creators from all walks of life to talk about inspiration, process, the lessons they've learned, and a whole lot more.
What up, man? This is your boy Al Mega. Welcome to a brand new Comic Crusaders podcast. And today, that's right, baby, digging into more indie comics goodness. Today, we have an amazing guest that happens to be a game developer, a fellow nerd, a writer with a dope project out on Kickstarter right now. Project MAGUS Volume 3. Volume 3? Man, we need to know. Why when Volume 1 and 2? I need to find out what this whole universe is about. And this wonderful creator, his name is Nicholas Garcia.
Hey, how's it going? Thanks for having me on, Al. Appreciate it.
Thank you for coming on, brother. Talk about this. I mean, wow, third volume, man. I'm happy you sent this over because when I started looking through the art pieces, I'm like, wow, very. I don't know if you know this book, Tapping the Vein from Clive Barker. Kind of have that artsy look to it, like similar to that book. I'm like, yo, I'm digging this. It's right up my alley. So can't wait to talk more about it.
Yeah. I mean, we started this in 2019. It's been a passion project. You know, I've been reading comics ever since I was a kid. You know, started with Bill Watterson with Calvin and Hobbes, went over to Marvel with Tom McFarlane's Venom, then went over to Spawn, and man, I've been hooked ever since. And you know, I started playing, working in the video game industry in 2013. Started out WayForward Technologies. I had the chance to work on River City Girls, Till Morning's Light, a bunch of WayForward indie games. Then when I went over to Frame Machine to work on Injustice 2, I got the inside track of how comic books, the Warner Brothers, the inside vault to DC, and that got the fire burning again. So I was like, you know what? I need to write my own stuff. I want to start writing my own IPs, and that's where I started making Project MAGUS.
All right. So share the inspiration. When did the idea spark for Project MAGUS? You know, and how has it evolved over the course of its development?
Oh man, I've been cooking with Project MAGUS for a while now. One of the things I've noticed in media was, you know, you see some of these sorcerers like Harry Potter or Doctor Strange, and they pull their magic and have an infinite source. So I was like, you know, we need to create some rules that feel grounded. What if magic was based off of calorie intake? You know, what if they actually had to train similar to like Son Goku, and the harder they trained and the more they knew about physics and chemistry and like alchemy and how the world works, that increased their ability to cast spells. So you see some of the smartest people coming out of like Cornell, Harvard, and they're the strongest guys out there.
Interesting.
Yeah. So this actually takes place with a parallel universe. In 2024, knock on wood, there's a huge nuclear cataclysmic event, and it hits almost every single major city around the world.
Is this even me, Garcia Damas here? Are you trying to tell us
God, I hope not. But at the same time, like when this happens, a lot of people get wiped out, but the radiation fallout ends up reawakening this deep thing within a lot of people. And then they end up being able to control the elements. They're able to extend their own consciousness, and they can actually connect with like base like elemental mixtures. Like, oh, I can mix I can split apart water and create hydrogen and oxygen and create fire out of that, using that as a base fuel, right? So they could actually like connect with the world around them.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah. And it's actually based off of, once you get me started, I can't stop, Al.
No. Listen, I'm eating this up, man. This is how you sell comics, folks. I mean, this dope. All right, so keep going.
So this is actually based off of back in the 70s, the MK Ultra series, right? So when you look back at like the Manchurian Candidate and, you know, the super soldiers from Captain America, that was all based off of real things going on when we were in Cold War with the Russians, right? Yeah. We were trying to find an edge. And so with Project MK Ultra, there was a branch called Project MK Often, where they were dealing with different kinds of drugs like LSD, but they also tried to mess around with higher levels of consciousness, they also try to figure out how they could weaponize the occult, sorcery, and witchcraft.
Jesus.
Yeah, and to try to get that edge in like the Vietnam War and the Cold War.
They tell you it's fake, but they're trying to weaponize it. So how fake is it then?
Yeah, well, that's the thing. I've always wanted to create some kind of magic that was grounded, and that's where I was like, okay, let me look at the science, let me look at the chemistry, let me see how I can make this feel as real as possible, as if it was happening in our reality. So the story itself takes place 6 years after the cataclysmic event. And you have Victoria Lopez, who is this jaded Marine. She feels some shit went down with her when she was a kid. And, she carries that grudge with her. And when she gets into the Marine Corps, she's like, you know what? After what happened with the nukes, I just want to go in and kill as many of these bastards as I can that caused this, or I'm going to die trying. But along the way, she ends up finding her camaraderie. She finds her sisterhood of fellow Marines, that kind of level her out a bit. But then once the government starts to find out who she is and she starts to realize, oh, I can use this power, she gets recruited into a version of MK Ultra called Project MAGUS. It's the revamped version. And so they're bringing back this program because there's this rise of terrorist sorcerers starting to make their way up like in the underworld. And so the military, the government has to figure out how they can combat it. And that's where they come up with, okay, well, we have to fight fire with fire. So we're going to have our own sorcerers with like the Navy SEALs, Green Beret, and
what is it, the G.I. Joe of sorcerers?
Pretty much. That's exactly what it is, And so I try to like keep it like, okay, well, how are we going to have like Victoria Lopez, who's just this jarhead, this like gritty Marine? How is she going to be able to like fight against people who are throwing lightning bolts or fireballs? How are you going to use that tactily? How are you going to be able to go into a battlefield and be able to breach like warehouses and keep your squad alive? So, my father's a Marine. A lot of my friends, I tried to get into the Marine Corps myself. Unfortunately, I got DQ'd in MEPS because of like, my ankle, my back, playing football back in high school. But, I tried to reach out to all of my friends who have served themselves to try to like, okay, how would this work? And research with them.
Oh, excellent. So what about your background and experiences? How does that influence the book? Because, I heard you kind of a dungeon master or something too. Because you talk all this magic stuff. I mean, it got to come from somewhere.
That is true. So, yeah, I do like to run some campaigns with my friends. I'm a DM. We just did Wild Beyond the Witchlight. We finished the very first chapter, and being a writer, being someone, I try to cater to my friends and their stories. I try to talk with them. Hey, where do you want your character to go? Where do you want them? How do you see them at the end of this campaign? So that way we can keep growing on to other campaigns. And so I try to tailor the experience to match their unique gameplay, like playthrough. So yeah, I mean, it's been a lot of fun. I've played a couple instances of D&D, but besides that, I've played a lot of World of Warcraft. That's kind of what got me into that. God, I've been playing games since I was a little kid, man. Like it's in my blood.
Well, talk about that, because I want to know a little bit of your story. Where are you originally from, and what was actually the first thing that you ever fell in love with in fandom?
Oh, man. So I'm originally from San Pedro, California, Los Angeles. Right. And, I actually grew up in kind of the rough neighborhood. So, to make sure I didn't get popped by like gangs or whatever, my parents were like, you got to stay inside. So they got me an NES. And I started playing, Mario Brothers, Duck Hunt, Arkanoid.
So you learned how to shoot in the hood with Duck Hunt.
I was good at dodging and then getting it back. But yeah, I just started getting into games and playing. Then I got the Sega Genesis. I got Sonic the Hedgehog and Mortal Kombat 2. That's what I loved growing up.
Oh, well, yeah. I had my baby brother, my little brother at the time, middle, right? Mm-hmm. I was playing Mortal Kombat on Genesis. I was playing as Baraka, and on my first try, I was about to beat the game. I mean, what was Sega kind of notorious for? If it got a little warm, it would freeze, right?
Yeah.
Oh my God! Just when I was about to give the striking, killing blow to the boss, it froze in this position. My little brother started laughing. Brother, Nick, do you remember the scene with Hulk and Thor? Hulk just
Oh, yeah.
my little brother says my arm hurts still to this day.
Well, I mean, that's what little brothers are for. They're supposed to razzle you, and like they're supposed to get your blood boiling, so that way you can like wail on them.
Yeah,
You
but
know, and
don't do it at that point. I'm about to win really, and you just laugh like this pointing finger type laugh. Like you don't do that to your big brother.
kind of like 21 First Street when he found out that what's his name was sleeping with the captain's daughter.
Oh man!
Why are siblings like that? They just you're supposed to love them, but they make it hard, man.
Of course they do. That's why they're siblings. That's why they had to be born from your mom in order for you to make sure not to kill them.
Word.
Right. So I want to bring this up because we're about to start talking about this volume 3 book, right? But as we're going to start, before I show up this trailer, talk about the journey of volume 1 and 2. When was it always a crowdfunded? Did you always do it that way? What inspired it? And did you even know anything about it when you jumped in?
It's something I've been cooking ever since I was in college. I've always wanted to create some story with magic, but there are different evolutions of it, right? And then finally, I got to a point in my life where it's like, you know what? I need to write about my own personal experiences about how I've grown as a person, and what better way to put it down on paper. So I had never written a comic up to this point. So I was like, okay, well, what's available to me?
Kickstarter. Well, you're a fan of comics, though. I mean,
yes, very much so. Very much so. Yeah, I had a small little collection growing up. Again, had to stay inside, so I had to find ways to keep myself busy, and comics was one of them. So in 2019, I released the single issue of Project MAGUS, which was about 18 pages, and it was my first go at writing comics. But from there, I was like, okay, I have an idea of what I want this to be. I like the style, and I followed a lot of different directors that I enjoyed. For example, Steven Spielberg, the way that he bleached his film to kind of capture that iconic faded or bleached, that bleached film kind of esque. And so I wondered, like, okay, with that and the Band of Brothers and the Pacific having that black and white opening with the charcoal and the splash colors, and then Sin City, what they did with their black and white with the streaks of red, I was like, man, I gotta capture that with the magic. This is supposed to be a really dark and dreary world, of course, because of the nuclear strikes. But the thing that makes it pop is the magic. So that's where you have that splash color. I want that to be what pops out in this world. Each volume is 4 issues, and it runs for the first book, or volume 3. So the first 3 volumes is the first book, and that's about 277 pages long.
Oh wow, bro! So when you started writing.
Yeah, and I've actually this is the first of a trilogy. So I've actually got 3 books coming. So that's 12 volumes.
Amazing! And folks, here, just take a look before I show you this video. With 23 days to go, a big shout out to those 51 backers. With a $3,000 goal, baby. He's already 2/3 of the way there with 2006. So salute to your amazing backers supporting independent creators for real. And if you guys that are not aware, let's take a look at the video. All right, let's see what's popping. Yo. And a big shout out to Ink Studios and Fallout, man. That animation is fire.
100%. Yeah, Kevin has been, he's the owner of Ink Studios. He's been a pleasure to work with. Him and his guys are incredibly professional, and they've been knocking it out of the park, man.
Yeah, and it's right there, folks. Ink Studios. You can check out their website at ink.marketing. You can email solutions at ink.marketing, and they'll send you a solutions guide for with a service, examples of campaign, animations, testimonials, and a whole lot more. So check them out, yo, for real. Good people right there. All right, so let's start seeing what it's about right here, folks. There we go. Kickstarter contains what is the project, the preview, the creative team, breakdowns. Look what I'm. Oh man, look at that. That looks terrifying, bro.
Hell yeah. There's
This is the movie that scared me. Have you ever seen what was it, The Day After? It was like a TV movie about the nuclear war during the era, when Reagan was president and the Russian scare and all that.
Yeah.
Movie came out. Listen, I'm a horror fan. I could see bodies being torn apart by serial killers, but that one damn movie as a kid, when I saw the explosion, how it turned people to skeletons, I'm like, okay, this is actually real. It terrified me.
Yeah, and they did that for the second Terminator as well, and they got the scientists to make sure it was as accurate as possible, and I was like, that is horrifying.
Yeah, right. Could you imagine? I don't want to imagine.
I don't want to imagine that either, man. But yeah, Denny Andreattoni, he is the lead artist of this comic, and his art is incredible.
So how did you even find? All right, as a newbie guy, you're the writer. How the heck did you find the right partner for you in this, endeavor artistically?
It's been a journey. I've actually had to go through a couple artists. One's because either there was some kind of communication error. I've had to outsource a lot of my art from either Russia or Venezuela. And then I finally found Denny in Jakarta, Indonesia, and we got on Skype. We ended up talking about the project, and we're both like, okay, we know what this is going to be about, and he's been knocking home runs ever since, man.
Oh, excellent. Wow, Indonesia, what a different world, right? To connect worldwide and such talent, because it's crazy how you can find so many talented people that draw just so differently than what is an American style, right? You know what I mean? Because this is not the type of stuff you find out here normally.
Absolutely, and being able to find such talent and even though there is that difference of communication and a different language barrier, people have that connection. They see the art, they see the story, and they're like, I get it. It makes sense. And that's how you can know, like,
art is there, right? The creational frequency.
Absolutely. There's got to be some like kind of connection if
different magic right there.
I see what you did there.
That's right, baby. And look at this. So this is Victoria. This is the lead.
That's Victoria Lopez. Yes, sir.
Okay. Oh, dope. Look at the look right there. Oh, dang. Yeah, what's up with this psycho almost looking like me with my hair? Look at it. What you trying to do here?
Yeah, that is the main
version of Mega.
Yeah, that is the main antagonist. So we don't know what his name is yet in the story. We're going to figure that out. But right now, he's the main threat going after Victoria and the squad.
Yeah, and that's him too there.
Oh, yeah. He's kind of a pompous dick.
He kind of has that very Ozymandias type of just by looking at that kind of feel to him. And Homelander, like real pompous ass.
Absolutely. He's the kind of guy where he's like, I've got this power, I've got this brute strength to me. You need to look at me as a god. And it's just like,
Homelander then. What a big ass.
It's that kind of it's that kind of arrogance that can be terrifying. So it's like, all right.
Yeah, we see. Yeah, it is. I mean, it's like seeing Superman go bad. There've been those iterations where they've shown it, and if he lets his arrogance show, I mean, and also a perfect example, even as a good guy, of the episode of Justice League where he and Shazam fought. I mean, I was like, yo, and he was just basically jealous of Homie the whole time. That's what it was. I was like, wow, Superman is such a dick.
100%. And the same thing with, people like Homelander, from The Boys. You get someone, it's like, or Brightburn, where you have like, oh, what if Superman went bad? Man. Having that kind of narcissistic, sociopathic tendency. It's like,
I saw a little kid cosplay as that Homie from the, that evil Superman from that Brightburn.
Brightburn.
Finally, he looked really cool. I said, finally, a little kid knowing what's up.
Yeah. Talk about one of horror movies with comic books. That was terrifying.
Yeah, I mean, what would you do? You can't do nothing.
Yeah, just try to find a dark cave to hide in, man. That's all you can do.
A lead cave somewhere. Hopefully, you can't see through it. You know.
Yep.
So look at these covers. So these are the first 3 volumes right here. I mean, wow, yo, look at that.
Yeah. Denny is fantastic. Denny, and then I try to hire some other artists to do some of the promotional covers. So, for example, I had Music Art. She is a fantastic artist from India. She did some of the variant cover art. But yeah, I try to reach out and spread, like, try to find the best artists I can to work on this project.
All right, so I gotta ask here. You know, just out of curiosity's sake, you mentioned all the other countries except the States. Is it because maybe creators outside the States are just more willing and open to work, or how do you feel about that? Just as an opinion.
No, I definitely hire within the States as well. I've got a couple projects working on the side. But when I was first starting out, I worked through Upstart or Upwork, excuse me.
Okay.
And
okay.
yeah, so you just put out what you're looking for and what your rates is, what your budget is, and then you just filter through some of the best artists, and that's where I found all of these people. To me, I don't care what race, ethnicity, or orientation you are, as long as your work is good.
Yeah,
I've got a job for you.
It's about your skill. It ain't about nothing else, as it should be. Nothing else matters. It's like, who are you as a person and your skill, and a good soul. Are you easy to work with? You know what I mean?
Absolutely. I have no prejudice.
Ask for. I mean, we're all adults here, at least we hope, but apparently sometimes we're not.
Hey, we're adults until it comes to like playing video games and doing those kind of things. Then we gotta let our inner child have fun,
Oh yeah, man. I saw a wonderful meme that a guy was saying to his girl, "Why are women so emotional?" And then you see him at 3 o'clock in the morning on a video game screaming like, "What the F?"
That is me every night with Valorant. I play Valorant all the time with my girl, and I'm just like, I don't know how she puts up with me. She's like, "Yo, you gotta chill. You're gonna scream your lungs out." I was just like, they keep sniping me. I can't handle it.
Yeah, I was a very big Call of Duty man for a minute. And let me tell you, it's like they knew where I was going to respawn in one game. I was like, yeah, I was about to throw the remote to the TV. I said, I gotta quit for a minute. These kids. Whoa, look at this.
Yeah, and you can actually check out issue 1 for free at globalcomics.com.
Big shout out to Global Comics as well. I know the big homies over there. I get to see them also at New York Comic Con this week. I cannot wait. Do you have a presence? Are you going to New York Comic Con, Nick? What's going on?
I'm not going to be hitting up LA Comic Con this year for December, but I'm going to be hitting up or trying to hit up WonderCon next year and Long Beach Comic Con.
Those are great shows. Great shows. So hopefully I do get to see you eventually. So there goes the team right here. All the additional artists. Wow, look at that list. That's awesome.
Yep. I try to reach out to whoever I can, anyone who's good, anyone who can see the vision in their own perspective. I try to capture it.
Bro, this looks so Fist of the North Star right here. Oh, shit.
Thank you. Yeah, this is some of the later issues. This is actually issue 7 when they come face to face with him. So it actually works as a flashback. You get a little peek of the magic, a little peek of the action in issue 1, and then it goes back 3 months and it leads you up to this.
Right. Oh, but look at the panels. Look at the art. Awesome. Awesome. The coloring, as you're saying, the coloring around the magic is dope. Well, I'm about to see an action figure. So he looks cool as heck.
Yeah. I mean, not only do I like American comics, I'm a big fan of like manga and anime. Yeah. So I always got to throw a shout out back to those like powering up like Dragon Ball Z. I've always been inspired by those kind of animes, man.
Man, her eyes are lighting up blue there. About to get a whooping.
Yeah.
But I like the aura you put around the villain. That really is fitting.
Yeah, having that red and same way with like Lucas, where all the Sith has red lightsabers, all of the Jedi either have green or blue. I wanted to try to keep that like color tone to the different style of sorcerers that are out there.
Gotcha.
And I can't talk about it yet, but there is actually a deeper connection to the color that's affiliated with him. So
look at that, bro. That was staying looking good. See what I mean? It gotta be a figure, bro. Come on. It'll be a cool action pose for a figure. Come on, let's go. Oh man, look at the size of that book. Hardcover shelf porn at its best. Look at that.
And the hardcover is an exclusive to Kickstarter. That is the only place you can get the hardcover.
Only place, period.
Mm-hmm.
So once they're done here on this Kickstarter, never again will this
never again.
Not even at a table at a con. They're gonna have to deal with the soft covers. They're gonna have to throw some hymns or Viagra on it to make them hard, I guess.
Absolutely. You can only get the Kickstarter exclusives, the hardcover, and the variant covers down below.
And oh, look at those, y'all.
Yeah.
Good.
Those are some of the artists that I hired for this Kickstarter. But there's some other artists that are going to be thrown in with some of the posters and such as well that you can get for this Kickstarter.
And there we go. Hope for $1 you can get started with a donation. You know what I mean? Being nice. If you want a digital starting at $10, and of course the geek that he is going to show you a hard drive for that digital.
100%. That was my best friend in college.
Right, you got the digital early bird over here. Right, what is this? Oh, you get a thank you. Awesome.
So that way you're forever.
Nice.
Yeah, you're forever. If you no matter what level that you pledge to, you're going to get your name in the back of the book, so you'll always be a part of the project.
Oh, fire! Check that out. For $20, you get Bravo, which is in the reader format, first level of digital payload. Hey, includes some high resolution concept art, marketing materials, extra thank you page, volume 3 and book 1. Now for $25, you got again start smelling the ink, folks. Yay! $25. Let's go. A physical copy at bro. Volume 3 alone is just 92 pages, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Whoa, that's a fatty, baby.
Yeah, volume 1 is 92. Volume 1 is 92 pages. Volume 2 is 96, and then volume 3 is 92 again.
Oh damn! See, but that's worth it. I mean, see now you're talking because we're getting that. We're getting a digital couple the thank you. Now that's worth it. 92 pages. That's typical of a soft cover book. You know what I mean? That the big two do. So and I mean the big two don't give shit really to their creators. So you support a book like this. You know what I mean? You really are supporting the creator behind a project like this. And now that's bang for your buck. Now that's fair. I've seen other guys try to sell less pages for a lot more. You know what I mean? Which is for me kind of batshit crazy.
And everyone has everyone's entitled to have their opinion of what their work is worth. And they should always try to run for that dollar. But at the same time, times are tough. I know that with inflation, the cost of living, everything right now, I want to try to make it attainable to everyone, to everybody.
Think about the consumer, your fan.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, Christmas is coming. It's going to get expensive. So the more affordable you make these gifts, you got it for gifts for Christmas, stocking stuffers. Let's make it happen. Even if it's just a coupon saying it's coming in the mail. All right.
Absolutely.
And look at it, the alpha tier, all this wonderful digital content, $10. You see some imagery behind what we're looking at right there. Look at that. Dope. For $30. There you go. Charlie, limited to copies ordered on the Kickstarter with that cover art. Wonderful. Look at that payload right there. Wait, I mean, come on. How could you?
And in tier 4, you're going to get 5 4x6 prints, or you get one poster up above. You get the 18x24 folded poster, any of your choosing.
Nice. You see now this is how you're getting some nice goodies. $60 Echo. Mm-hmm. All right.
And that's the first book. That's the first full book. 278 pages.
Whoa.
The entire first year. Yes, sir.
Whoa. Nice. There we go. Again, oof. The Echo cover. Oh man, that looks so much like what's his name? Joe Maduro, Joe Mad.
Yeah, Thiago Silva tries to capture that same essence. Yeah, I know who you're talking about.
I'm talking about. Whoa, I'm looking at it like, yeah, man, that very nice 90s. And right there, for real, she gives me a badass vibe too. So badass. I'm loving it.
100%. You know, it reminds me of like way back in early day Todd McFarlane as well. Just like
Oh yeah.
those nice lines and the color. It's just
Yeah, people talk shit about the 90s, but I mean, the art was really popping at the time, though. The writing may not have been so good, but at the time, but the art was definitely popping.
yeah, 100%. 100%.
Oh, wow, look at this. I'm
Yeah,
digging. Very
there's
video game is here.
oh yeah, 100%, you know. Just trying to go for all the different types of styles that we could capture, you
So
know.
when do we get in the fighting game?
Yeah, you know, you'd be surprised. I get a lot of people asking, you know, hey, you're a video game designer, when are you going to make this a game? And
Yeah, bro.
it's not out of the realm of possibility, man.
But this, bro, that car cover like that, though, with that cover, fuck, bro, that shit is hot. Hot.
Yeah,
Hot.
yeah.
I love this cover right here. Shit. This
Trying to
looks
get that Renaissance feel to it, you know?
Yeah, it's dope. I mean, this is something, if you see on a shelf, it does catch the eye. You're like, yo, what is this? Wait a minute. The heck's going on here? Bro, killer.
Thank you. Yeah,
Hey,
man.
look at this. This is like a super pack right here, muchacho.
Yeah, you try to make, you know, make it all worth it. I know $125 could be a lot, but I'm going to give you a lot. I'm going to make
Yeah,
sure
man,
that you
this
invest.
is like a money shot right here. Look at that. Woo! That's good stuff. Man, the hotel even getting more dirty. Look at that. Look at all this goodness. See, this is what I love. Projects that offer, listen, it is bang for your buck. Dude, what?
Yeah, not only that, but you can also customize your order as well and add additional items from previous Kickstarters that, you know, you can't get anywhere else. So, for example,
they missed it. They really didn't. They have a chance to get it. Hey.
So that way you're still part of the legacy from back in 2019, 2020, and 2021 when we launched all of our previous Kickstarters.
Hey, what's with the code names? You know, all the names over here. What you doing here, man? Is this again Garcia Damas giving us the future project names that the government's gonna dawn on us over here?
Oh man.
Yeah, he said, no, I can't talk about it, Al. I can't talk about it. No, add-ons, as he said. I mean, cool T-shirts, patch. Oh, the squad patch is fire. Look at that.
Yes, sir. That is Bravo Shadow 01. Yep.
I'm digging it. A scorpion with wings, bro. God forbid we see some creature like that.
And you know what? It's actually funny. When I go to conventions, I'm surprised at how many people pick that patch up. A lot of people like that patch, especially like bikers and such.
But it's cool. Oh man, now it's gonna be a gang, the 01 Shadow Biker Gang, and it's your fault.
God, what am I doing to society?
The biker gang from hell, throwing nuclear is gonna be the 01 Shadow Gang. And with the pins, the captain gotta wear the pins with this shit. Look at this.
Yeah, so what's cool about the
currency, look at this. This guy's gonna change the word. You got currency, pins, a new army. What's going on?
So what's cool about the Challenger coin is in military lifestyle, if you have a Challenger coin and you go to a bar and you throw it down on the table and your friend doesn't have it, the person who doesn't have it has to buy them a beer. So if people buy a Challenger coin and they come to my booth and they throw it on the table, I'm going to give them a free gift.
Oh, you hear this, folks? I'm not your favorite F word, right? Come on. Free.
Just got to show appreciation to the fans, man. You know, they're the ones that make this happen.
Thank you. Preach. Say that again and again, because again, you know, without the fans, what a creator. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, you got to appreciate these people that actually take time. I don't know. I mean, I know sometimes some get a little crazy. So also respect creators, fans. Mm-hmm. All right. It's a two-way street. All right. But you know, but again, you know, somebody a creator that actually does care about bringing some value to a fan, you know, and the project. I'm always about that. I dig that a lot. You know what I mean?
Thank you.
Some people just go into it. I just want to make some money, but no, I could tell you having hell of a fun of making this book. You could tell. I mean, the covers and the fact that you have so many people, you know, engaged in it, working on it. It's, yo, bro, salute to you. Never know who comes out that being the next future star. Thanks to the Garcia Damas verse over here.
Thank you so much.
I think that should be the character's name, Garcia Damas.
Oh no. Oh man, I'm gonna put that one down. I'll give you credit for that one, Al.
It's got to show up somewhere, bro. There you go. The single issues that you could get here. So many different things you can add on. Wonderful free autograph comics for referring friends. Wait a minute, I've never seen something like this. Talk about this.
So what happens here is if you make a pledge, and you want to actually get some free comics, you message me, you email me at projectmaguscomic@gmail.com, and I'm going to create a referral link. Anyone who goes through that referral link and buys a physical copy, I'm going to get you some free autographed single issues.
Oh, you hear this, folks? Whoa. Okay. I like that. What encouraged that idea? This is the new one. I like that one. I like people that think outside the box, kiddo. Yeah.
I'm actually I've been chatting with Brian Polito. He does Lady Death.
Oh, man, I met him at San Diego Comic-Con in 2019 because everybody was at Hall H. So I was, my boy already had a spot online for me. So I said, all right, I'm not going to stay here 10 hours with you. Absolutely not. So I'm going to go upstairs and see what's going on. Mm-hmm. It was like a desert. I mean, I was approaching all the A-list creators. Like, damn, nobody's online. What's up? How you doing? Hey, this is dope.
Yeah, he has some fantastic work. And, I met him at WonderCon and I was like, I'm just starting out. Do you have any recommendations? And you're like, you know what, just go ahead and send me your Kickstarter and I'll let you know what I think. And he gave me some tips. He was, he was fantastic. The fact that he took his time out of his day to look at my stuff, give me feedback. And I mean, if you look at my previous Kickstarters, you'll see there's a big jump in quality, and it's all thanks to him.
Yeah, big salute, man. Coffin Comics and Brian P out there for real. He's been in the game for a minute, and when somebody like that actually takes time to help another independent creator, I think that, you see, man, giving back to community.
Mm-hmm. That's what it's all about, we're all trying to put a name out there, put some kind of product that means a lot to us. We all got to band together and work together, and that's how we survive.
It takes a village. Not just for children, folks, but again, as independent creators, it takes a village. Support one another, because again, that's how we will make it as a whole.
Absolutely.
Massive stretch goals, things that are currently locked that you guys are gonna break, because again, he's already 2/3 of the way there with a whole bunch of days to go. So come on, folks, let's unlock all this crazy goodness. Please pledge today. Look at this campaign. Big shout out. I mean, look, the links is right there. The links are also below in the notes. You can click away until your fingers are sore, because you're going to want to support this. All right. And a big shout out to, again, the Ink Studios family out there, for putting themselves out there to help independent creators, and their projects, help them succeed. I mean, this is a wonderful start for this project already. And again, that 2/3 with, let's go all the way to the top, folks. 23 days to go.
Thank you so much. And it's companies like Inked, the fact that they're willing to help. They're specifically helping indie comics market and put themselves out there. So, definitely, if you have a chance, work with them. They're fantastic.
Okay, and last thing before we go today, in this journey you've been having, the fun you've been having in creating comics, in your geek journey and all, what type of advice would you give to someone now trying to step into the game as well?
When you're making your story, know who you're making it for, right? You're not doing it for clout. You're not doing it to get famous. You're doing it because you've got a story to tell, and you've got to do something that means something to you. Because when you wake up, that's who you're doing it for, right? It's a long game. It's a long process, and you got to be doing it for the right reasons. So make sure you know that you're doing it for you, not anyone else. You're doing it for you. You're doing it for your fans. You're not doing it to make money. Keep that in mind.
Yeah. Passion project and love, and then everything else comes later.
Exactly. People are going to...
It does work that way. It's weird. That's the real magic behind things.
Because like you said, people can see the love. People can see the dedication, the hours that you put in. And when they see that, and you know what? It's okay to misstep. It's okay to fail, because that's how you grow and become a better writer, a better artist. Just keep moving forward and don't give up on yourself, man.
Of course, because in failure you learn a lot. You know, hey, this is what I did wrong. Let me not do that again.
100%. You know, I'm not too proud to admit I failed a few times doing this comic, you know, but at the same time, I've learned a lot, and my presentation, my writing has gotten better because of it. So
fantastic. Folks, keep on the lookout. Also, you can follow the big homie on Instagram at Summoner_Studios and on X at Project Magus. All right, he also has a professional website right there at nickg3d.com. All right, peruse, take a look. But most importantly, it's the Kickstarter. All right, Project Magus, year 1 complete. It is live right now, mi gente. So I know this is a pay week, it's a con week. So for you guys that didn't get to have a ticket to New York Comic Con, treat yourselves and have a convention at home and visit this particular page and make it rain on Indie Comics today. All right. So Nick, thank you so much for hanging out with me, talking about your project. I appreciate it. Keep doing what you do from a fancy creator. Muchas gracias, hermano. It's a beautiful book. I can't wait to see what else you do with this. Bring that video game. I'm ready to see the fighter and be the bad guy and kick everybody.
I'll get on that right now. Thank you so much for having me on. I appreciate it.
Nah, that's what it is. Mi gente, you know what it is. All right. I also told you what to do. Check out my extended family at Undercover Capes. Hasta la próxima. Much love, mi gente. Wepa!
Take care. Thank you for listening to the Comic Crusaders podcast. If you like the content, please subscribe and turn on notifications. Also, please visit comiccrusaders.shop and our extended podcast family over at undercovercapes.com. And also make sure to download the Comic Crusaders app on the Google Play Store today.